Hey guys, Brian Martin United coming to you with a late, late night for some of you, 9 o'clock for some of you others, 6 p.m. for some of you others. Quick news show. Anyway, um, let's get into it very quickly here. So, um, first news update. Marcus Rashford. So Marcus Rashford, according to reports, Rashford wants a permanent move away from United. I mean, I think we all kind of saw that, right? However, Aston Villa are a little bit worried about that $40 million price tag that's slapped on them. I think that's fair because I still think there's potential there in Rashford, and he's showing, a bit of what he can do at Aston Villa. Again, he might fall off after this season like he has done in the past. You get a good season, then a bad season out of Rashford. So we'll see. Rooney wants him to stay. Rooney commented and said he'd love for Rashford to stay at United. I would love for Rashford to stay at United. But you know, sometimes you need to change the scenery. But yeah, I would love for him to come back and just like light it up at United for the rest of his career. And then that's just money that we don't have to spend. The only problem is that his wages are so high, but if he's putting out like I would love for him to put out, then it'd be justified. Um, Otherwise, you know, Rashford needs to move on. Um, so yeah, that's the news on Rashford. In terms of new players, Xavi Simons, however you say it. Supposedly United are looking at Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig. Now I've seen him play a couple times. I feel like he doesn't quite have that steady Eddie factor that you hear me talk about, right? So I feel like he's good, and when he's good, but like when he's off, and I feel like we've got too many players like that already who are like when they're on, but when they're off, they are, you know, doo doo. And so I don't want that to be the situation with Xavi Simmons or Simons. So again, you know, I think that he's good, but I don't know that I would go for him. Um, just my 2 cents on that one. Um, so yeah, Xavi Simons, there you go. Maybe to United. Who knows? What I really want to get into though is the presser, right? So obviously there was the press conference for today. Maguire was there with Amarin. Amarin and Maguire were answering questions. Um, Not a ton that was unexpected. Honestly, Amarim got questions about Onana. One of the journalists tried to press Amarim to ask if he was going to sign a new keeper in the summer. I feel like Amarim pretty much said yes, but he was trying to be as diplomatic as possible by saying, "Look, we need to improve in all areas." Blah blah blah. But you know, I think the writing is on the wall for Onana, and I think Amarim basically said yes during the press conference, but then tried to kind of smooth it over a bit and say, well, we need to improve everywhere. Um, so, you know, again, I think Amarim was just trying to be nice, but really from the press conference, there wasn't really a ton that came out of it other than just questions about Onana. Um, Everything else is pretty boilerplate, to be honest. Just going back to Onana, like I said in my last video, I would like to see maybe Suzuki come in. I know we looked at him before. The goalkeeping coaches liked him. United liked him. I think he's doing well enough at Parma. I think he'd do better with our players in front of him. I think we've got a better defense than Parma. Um, so I'd like to see him come in. But you know, who knows? Again, we've got a lot of work to do between now and start of next season. So I mean, anything could happen. People are claiming that they know how much funds or we have at United. I mean, no one really knows, right? So we could be shocked. Like I want to say it was it Ten Hag's first summer transfer window, or maybe it was second one. I can't remember now. Where we got like a bunch of players, and people were just like, "Wow, surprised he pulled that off." Um, or it could be a complete just disastrous summer where we just get next to nobody. Um, or we spring again for some over the hill players who demand huge wages. I know we're trying to get away from that, but who knows what's going to happen when we suddenly start seeing that calendar tick towards the start of the next season. We haven't signed anybody. We might, go back to our old ways and go ahead and, dump a bunch of money onto a player who's, in the last few years, or not last few years, but on the decline potentially. Um, so anyway, that's my thoughts on that. I know I put a look ahead to Lyon. I'm probably gonna do a separate video of that. I'll probably do a match preview tomorrow morning, tomorrow my time. So that's Thursday morning. Um, and then I'll probably do, yeah, I'll do a match preview, and then I will do a live stream for the game because I mean it's the game, right? So if we don't win tomorrow, that's it. So if we don't beat Lyon, that's it. That's really really it. Um, and I would start to worry a bit about Amram, not because I think he should go. I don't think that, but I've already seen some fans start to turn on Amram and say, well, look at, I don't know, David Moyes and other coaches who have lesser players, quote unquote, and are getting more out of them. Um, so, I don't know. I worry about him if we don't win against Lyon. Um, I personally think he deserves and needs a full summer where he's fully backed to get in players that he wants for his system. And then if come December of next season we're in bad shape, then I would start to question Amram himself. Um, but the man hasn't had a proper transfer window yet. So, um, and when I say proper, I mean one where he's actually backed. So I definitely wouldn't be turning on him right now. I would caution any of you if you are thinking about turning on him. Um, just my thoughts. Again, we've got a number of players who we should be getting rid of and or loaning out with possible obligations to buy. Um, we got players who are going to leave, for free and things like that. So we'll see where we go with that. But anyway, I just want to hop on here and do a quick live, a quick news show. Again, kind of getting the hang of all this stuff. So sorry for the I don't know, sorry for it not being as smooth as some of the other channels. Um, but anyway, I'm getting better, working on it. So definitely drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know, give me some feedback, give me some comments. And yeah, I will do a match preview tomorrow morning. I want to wait for some more team news to come out um, before I, start yapping away on that one. And then I will be live for the game. So I will see you guys.